Well, hello everyone, welcome to yet another live stream. Hi there, how are you all doing? Hi! Hi the Kamluk, hi the Massimus, hi the Funky Corgis, hi the Bread, hi the Stamp Gaming. How are you all doing on this fine day? Hi. And hi the Farmer Main. Good, glad to hear you're doing good. I really am. I have started rendering the animations for the next video. Because yes, I have scripted enough of the video to render the animations. I'm actually really close to being done with the script. I only have 2 chapters left. One of them, well, for one of them I just want to compare benzene to cyclohexane because I think it's a fun comparison. And the other one will be the meat and potatoes. He's doing gravitons, I can feel it. Remco, no! The gravitons are consuming you! You've been corrupted by the graviton propaganda. I'm only here for the graviton anti-propaganda, or rather propaganda anti-graviton, to be more exact. I can't stay there. Alright, Dr. Kinsplode, hi, bye there. Definitely gravitons today. No! Is this finally I've already made... Okay, I've already made 2 videos in which I included quantum but only the basics, of course, only basics. I wouldn't go in depth. But, I've already made 2 videos in which I mentioned quantum gravity on the same level as relativity. Isn't that enough? I'm merely missionary set to convert you to truth, be it peacefully or forcefully. I will fight for what I believe in. Have you ever played Geometry Dash? Yes, I have played Geometry Dash. Couple years, a decade ago, something like that. And I haven't played it since. I've played it around a decade ago, and that's it. that's when I played Geometry Dash. No, he's speaking the funny language. I don't speak sausage. I don't know how to. I don't think you've made a single video about geometry. Yes, I haven't, because I don't know geometry. That's why. Well, this one would be chemistry, practically geometry. By the way, speaking of, the reason why, I have actually something pretty fun. Well, not fun, but it's gonna be a fun product once we're finished. First of all, 72. For the chemistry video, I will need... So this will be 2, 3, 4. Naming. We will need geometry nodes that will create molecules for us, because oh my goodness, there's gonna be a lot of molecules in this video. I'm not going to manually create them. So instead, we're going to make a set of geometry nodes that will create them for us because we're geniuses. That's my favorite game. Every 4 months, and then I give up on the cycle repeats. Sausage is sausage Polish? I feel like sausage was a German thing. You like your Wurst, don't you? Your Wurst or whatnot. German, make it like machen. That's the dumbest joke. That's the dumbest joke. No, sausage isn't Polish. Don't lie to me. Quit spreading your Polish propaganda. I love propaganda this stream. Dumb. I love. Okay. Sausage. I just looked up sausage online. It's for science, okay? It's for science. What's the history of a sausage? History. I'm just looking up the history of a sausage for reasons. Oh, citation needed. I hate that my article on the history of a sausage isn't well cited, you know? That's the Greek I mean like more Central Europe. I guess it makes sense that no one invented the sausage. Accidentally pin a message. Machen it. Hi the ninja. Loons, Remco! You've won thin ice already. You're on thin ice with your graviton escapades recently. I'm really just researching the sausage now, aren't I? Fine, whatever. Ancient Greeks. Sausage in ancient Italy. That's from Italy. No, nothing here even mentions the Slavs. Farmer Main is just spreading propaganda. As always. It doesn't really have an exact point of origin. It does make sense that a lot of people were capable of coming up with the concept of a sausage at different points in time. It doesn't feel like that complex of an idea. Why are the citations just says who? Is there really? Oh, yeah. It's considered sour by many, and yeah, because you need to cite, you need to specify who's the many. We can forget our graviton beef. Graviton beef, is that the reference to the sausage? You know what? I feel like we should be done with the sausage for this stream and feel like we should see how the why is this in Polish? Whoa, that's how the sausage gets made. Bloomslow Defense Buccaneer. No, I'm not playing that game. I've already beaten it so many times. I'm too good at the game for it to be enjoyable. Molecules. By the way, I've been having some internet problems today, so if my stream ends abruptly, that's what happened. Legacy recently bought. Legacy recently bought. I took about the night and late morning and afternoon. Sounds fun. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the pickle. Here's the problem. Here's how it be. Okay, I have two of those eyes. That's how I can see. How good are you at drawing? Awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah. However, that's why I animate in Blender, honestly. Sphere, no, icosphere, because icospheres look nicer. There we go, there we go, there we go. Neat. I'm hungry. How hungry? Could you eat hi, hungry. Damn it! I went for the wrong joke. I went for the horse one. Music. That's why this live stream feels so dry. I always forget about the music, don't I? Whole pizza hungry in 30 minutes. Oh, that is a lot. That is a lot. You are right. Hold on, I'm opening up all my music. There we go. A zillion tasty gravitons. Yes, yeah, you would. You graviton fan. Average graviton fan versus relativity enjoyer, honestly. This. Yes, and 4, 3. 3 seems good enough if it only was actually shaded auto smooth. Realize. Doesn't help. Why ain't it smooth? Just shade smooth. That's not smooth. No, that's not. I'm sorry. Why ain't it smoothing? Be smoothing. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like. Why is it? I don't want to see it like that. So. Here's the thing. Did you know there's at least 2 neutrinos passing through you right now? There's also at least 3 gravitons passing through you right now. Science. I don't know about the graviton one. Although with the neutrinos, they look solid. It's not the first time I've had 2 balls in me, am I right? Okay, let's sip some coffee. And let's get to work. So first, we're gonna start with carbon. First, we need some atoms. So we're gonna start with this, which I can see where I made the mistake. Make group. No, we don't care for this. We don't care for the inputs. Delete the inputs. This will only have the mesh as the output, and this node is going to be called edit inside. There we go. It's going to be called carbon, and then we're going to have a material called. Why are you crushing already? That's all I did is I pressed new. Why did you? You deleted all the messages. I love my trusted moderators. Remco, if there's any consolation, this is not the first time my moderator just randomly deleted all messages from someone. Oh no, abuse of power? You mean mod abuse? Oh, what? You know what? Don't pick out of me. Report that to the moderator. Said material. Carbon. Mod abuse? What are you gonna do? Tell the mods. Carbon is gonna be just pitch black carbon. Sweet. Alright. So first we have carbon. Then we're gonna have another one. So we're gonna go up. There we go. Clipboard is empty. I specifically Control-C this, as it was specifically not empty. There we go. Make group, and it's gonna be hydrogen. Sweet. And hydrogen is gonna be similar, except instead of carbon, it will have, you won't believe it, hydrogen. And then it's gonna be smaller. Sweet. Neat. Nice. As a moderator, I will moderate this maximally hide someone situation. The moderator of power. Hold on, you know what? Give me a second. I just need to get something real quick. Okay. Hey, you won't believe it, but I'm back. By the way, almost back. Okay. You won't believe it, but Naked started the live stream unprepared. Don't mind the random rustling, I just have so many cables on the floor. Why do I have so many cables? I didn't even have that many things plugged into power. Well, I mean, I clearly do. Like I'm gonna get electrocuted one day. No, I think I was just doing something. So, we have hydrogen, we have carbon. We would like to make them to scale in some way, at least. Let's do table.com. To be fair, Funky had it coming with the hungry comment. Hydrogen. Which size should we go with? Because there are a couple. There are a couple of sizes. Right? Where is it? Radius. There we go. We've calculated empirical, covalent, van der Waals. So calculated, I get. Oh, empirical. This website design is. It's really hitting my neurons. Next time I'll accidentally download the Grafton haters instead of the poor bystander like you. Okay. Let's go empirical, why not? 25 picometers. So right here we will do 0.25, because why not? Now carbon. How big? Bicarbon. 70. Sweet. And now we have carbon, we have hydrogen. Sweet. Uh-oh, that's EV. Uh-oh, that cycles with a CPU. There we go. Third time charm. This and this. Neat. Now what we need is the bond between them. To everyone, if you want to time out Naked for being Grafton hater, you should hit that donate button. Exactly. That's how you... Oh, that won't get me. Is this what I get for converting a graviton supporter? Exactly! That's the graviton fans for you. They're just all delusional and crazy and full of hate and just blinded by their devotion, and you know, they will stop at nothing. And thus they must be purged from the face of this planet. How am I supposed to make a bond? I'm missing the but. Oh boy, piss off with all of these. Don't care for them. The only thing we'll want is vector math. And what we'll basically want is distance. This will give us the depth. The radius will be 0.01, because why not? Now we'll just plug this in. Something like that. Graviton's there where you look though. If a graviton falls, does it even make a sound? All my science funding went to try and discover a graviton. Qubit system with gravitons. That's off. Rename it Maketron. I mean, that would be the ultimate own, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, graviton is too good of a name. This, I have no idea how this works. Deprecated. Well, that's good because I have no idea how this vector works or how this operation works. But if I'm not mistaken, I need to just subtract these vector and then transform geometry minus this. This one and this one. I don't know if I did that correctly. I'm guessing. I'm purely guessing. So let's say we have two null points, like two plane axes like this. And right here we have object info of these as location, empty 0, empty 1, location, and location. Yeah, I did that incorrectly. I don't understand how that node. I mean, damn it. Guys, I'm doing it. I'm making animations using math. I don't name it the Maketron because they make the gravity happen. You're so right, Funky. Hi, the Boomy. Small particle it's called the Maketron as an absolutely fitting name. That actually, yeah, I'm all for it. Just a particle of everything. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if you know if you have a particle named after causing everything to happen. If you name it after me, I wouldn't mind. Oh, it's only a bit off. Oh, hold on. That's not completely wrong. That's only kind of wrong. Why, Z? I have no idea how this node works, but you know what? I don't care. Set material, and let's call it Bond. James Bond. My name is Bond. Chemical Bond. Look at that. Look how... Oh, I'm such a professional. I'm such an absolute chump. Oh, hell yeah. Now we can increase the size with a single slider. Right here. 0.2. There we go. And now, to be even more cool and awesome, we can go right here and then transform geometry and move it over there and then copy it to the other one like this. And would you look at that? We have a hydrogen bonded to a carbon. Wow, I am so amazing. Higiton. Higino is a thing. That's not a thing. Remco, quit with your freaking pretend particles. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Higino. Higgins. No, wait, that's not what I'm looking for. Stop your pretend particles. Higino. It doesn't have a Wikipedia article. Which, to be fair, I don't think Higgs field has a Wikipedia article either. No, but I'm just got random people. Particle. That's never good. Boy, that's a lecture. Physical states of... That's the only reference to it. Gold YouTuber, by the way, love your videos. Thank you, Boomy. I'm glad you like them. Bunch of streams because I did not know when they are happening. I don't have a schedule, Ned. I just stream. That's all I do. You fucking Higgs is sassy. That's not a real thing. That's... Remco, what? You're getting me into the dark side of physics. What do you mean Higino is sassy? The Higgs is sassy. What does that mean? Pure run, which only quantum mechanics can explain. Exactly. No, Higino, I'm guessing it will be the Inno for Higgs, but I think if you had a more regular stream schedule, you would get more viewers. I don't get views from my streams anyway. These are for charity only. Especially it's lovely if you want to impress people with funky particle names. Should I dispense meds for our beloved Remco? Yeah, I feel like Remco is... I know what Remco is taking, or at least I don't know what Remco is supposed to be taking, but I know he's not taking it. Anyhow, so we have the basic setup finished. This is the basic setup. Now, we have the carbon, we have the hydrogen, we have the bond. Now, we could add more atoms easily. The pickle is, how do we make chains from them? What was the... Oh, hold on. When you have a tetrahedron, what are the angles? What are the angles in a tetrahedron? Trigonometry of a tetrahedron, yes. Higgsino. Should be the like reverse type of angles of tetrahedron. Okay. Why is that the equation though? Because what was I expecting, to be fair? Make it graviton doesn't exist because gravity isn't a force. Gravity is a thermodynamical pseudo-force. Gravity is just Einstein getting high. What am I looking for exactly? Could I just figure this out for myself? What is the... If you want... Okay, if you have 3 points in a 3D... 4 points. If you have 4 points in a 3D space, equal distance from a central point, then what are the angles between them in order for them to be as far away as possible? Or rather, to make the problem more rigid, if we have a point, I would need Reblox. Damn it, I got the wrong RE Blue nickname in the chat. We got Remco for the stream, we need Reblox. If we have a point, and to this point we have attached... Oh my goodness, why is it like this? We have attached 4 other points in 3 dimensions, they wouldn't be flat. Then all of these distance are from the central point. Then what would be the angles between the 4 points? 90 degrees, yeah, but in 3 dimensions. Unfortunately, it won't be as simple as 90 degrees, simply because 90 degrees on which axis? I wish that I don't know if XYZ will help. Sorry, I'm not Reblox, I'll go. Why do you practice physics? You keep just spending all your time thinking about the graviton. Take a look at Reblox. Reblox does math. A real science. Unlike you. Make a deal with these comments. Which ones? 90 degrees on all axes. It's not going to be 90 degrees on all axes because that cancels each other out. If you go 90 degrees forward, 90 degrees left, and 90 degrees up... Hold on, no, because at each point you can only go 90 degrees. Ah, rotations in 3 dimensions, so confusing. Guess I'll be spending time alone with my graviton. That's what I just radicalize people with, meaning that's my specialty. I radicalize people with meaningless topics, malls and whatnot. What's the issue? I'm trying to figure that. Here's the problem. We have a point, a central point, and we want 4 points around it where all of them would be as far away as possible. What would be the angles between these points? The problem number 1 is how would I even represent these angles? Because I don't think I should represent them with XYZ. This is a bit too complex for me though. We have a cube. If you switch the mode to quaternion, W does nothing on the very beginning. I haven't made a video yet about quaternion rotations. So I don't know them all that well. On the same plane? No, in the same space. That's the pickle. They're not on a plane. They're in a space. It's 3D. If it was on a plane, that would be easy. If it was on the plane, it switched to polar coordinates, but 3-dimensional polar coordinates. It's quite a pickle. I could try. I don't know. Polar coordinates. The 3 dimensions. That is a good idea, actually. That's a great idea. I don't know polar coordinates 3 dimensions. Okay, so we have theta and whatever. I don't know which this character is. Phi, that's phi. Okay. The angles would be the same if they were all the same distance away from the center. They would be the same, but I want to figure out what they would be in relation to each other. I'm basically looking for a tetrahedron. Okay, so we have xyz is equal to r sine theta cosine phi sine theta sine phi and r cosine theta, which is a nice way to convert it. Now, because then all we need to do is solve this problem in Kelvin. That's such a posh way to name it. Just call it 3-dimensional polar coordinates, like a normal person. spherical coordinates. Oh! I'm sorry, that's different? Seems to be... Okay, yeah. Yes, perfect. Alright, sweet, neat, nice. Exactly what I need. Thank you, Remco. In the garage, I have my TA beside me. I don't... Well, I will have Blender do all my calculations for me. That's the nice part of it. So, we have conventions. No, I mean conversion. How would I convert Cartesian to... Is it the same conversion we had on Math 1? Oh! Boy, not bad actually. You know what? Take it back. It ain't half bad. It could be worse. It could... Well, I mean... Is that sine? It could be worse. No need for relax here. I mean, you did fix that problem for me. That is true. Oh, but now, okay, no, that actually helps the problem. It hasn't fixed it yet, because now what do we need to do? It does help a lot. But now what we need to do is we need to figure out... so we have two angles, correct? We basically how much around it is, which is theta and phi, correct? Yeah, okay. So we have how much around it is, phi, and then we have how much at an angle up or down this, which is theta. And now what we need to do is we need to find a way for us. We have a central point right here, and we want to put 4 points all as far away from each other as possible. Like this. A bit far, there we go. Close enough. You get what I'm saying. All as far away from each other as possible. Could it be just the difference in angles? No, that would be too simple. So, every single point... I mean, the distance we want to be constant. No need for one side, which means that we basically are looking for a way for this. So we have R, all of these are distance R away, and we're looking for a way, something that this delta would be as high as possible. Boy, that's not easy. That theta is 0 to 2 pi and phi is 0 to pi. Wait, phi is 0 to pi? Why isn't... Oh... why isn't it going all the way? Oh, so it's... Hold on, I wanted to go... Wait, why aren't they both... Isn't this going all around circle and this one also going into negative? No, wait. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because if this goes the way it's gonna cancel... Okay, makes sense. Let's get the double circle. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it does make sense. It doesn't make sense simply because... Why would you favor one over the other? But it does make sense because you're a physicist. Let's get the double sphere. You don't really get a double sphere, you just get two different ways to represent the same coordinate. Which, I mean, yeah, makes sense. You have, you know, two angles. This is not an easy problem, is it? How do we approach this? Exactly, double sphere. But I mean, double sphere won't really be a problem for me because I'm looking for just an answer. We have the way to convert the spherical coordinates to to Cartesian, which means if we get the answer, we can just plug it right in. If we get the answer in spherical... Am I shadow banned? No, you're not. I mean, YouTube deletes some comments, so if you are shadow banned with some of your comments, then I wouldn't be able to tell, unfortunately. Because apparently YouTube only deletes them from me, which is really odd, but hey, whatever. Okay, oh, this is tough because I'm not used to thinking about problems this way. So basically, we have our we have 4 points. We have the origin, first of all, and then, which will be either O and a 0, doesn't matter, they're both equivalent. And then we have our 4 points, which, let's just call P... Oh, you know what, let's just, without the arrow, too much writing. P0, P1, P2, P3. And basically, we want the distance between any of the P's, so Pn, is there a quicker way to showcase distance in mathematics, or do I need to go with the whoop? Because, I mean, I can. Pnx squared plus Pn y squared plus Pnz squared. All of this, that's constant. That's equal to r. So no matter... and we assume our origin to be 0, of course. So it will always be constant, no matter what n, no matter which point we're talking about. Then, next, we want the distance between every 2 points to be the same. Which means this time, it's gonna... Oh boy. Okay. Distance between 2 points. How do we get that? Well, that's the same square except with a difference in all coordinates, correct? If we have the difference in all coordinates, that basically is equivalent to us shifting the entire space to the second point, to the point that we are subtracting by, which would give us just the distance. That's gonna be a lot of numbers if I try. Because basically delta would be equal to Pn Pnx minus Pm x squared plus Pn, otherwise negative. Nah, doesn't matter. Pn y plus minus Pm y squared plus Pnz minus Pnz squared. There's an m. And this square root, and that should be delta, correct? Let's compare these spherical coordinates. I'm not... I mean, the thing is, actually... Maybe we don't need spherical coordinates, because we might not actually care about the angles. We care about the distance, and then all we need to do is we... It's a risky route to take, because it would take a lot of boring calculating, and I don't know if I'll be right there, but basically... What I mean here is, this is actually our actual constraint. Well, these are our actual constraints, right? So basically, you cared about the angles before. Yeah, because I'm thinking about how to solve the problem, right? I haven't solved it yet. I'm just exploring different possibilities till I get there. I cared about angles before because I thought that stop shooting the messenger. I'm not shooting the messenger. I said thank you when you suggested spherical coordinates. You're the one yelling. You're so mean, Remco. Boy, this is tough. This is really tough. We don't actually care about the value for delta and r. They're, of course, they're relevant. All we care about is that they're constant for all points. You wanted the red flag instead of me. I was joking. Stop bullying. I'm not. He's the one bullying me. Hold on. What? That's honestly outrageous. Could you assume that the base is a triangle and then you can calculate the height and the middle point? That's pretty clever. I could assume it's a triangle. Oh, that is really clever. Hold on. Yeah, we have a triangle of each side delta. Oh, it's great. I'm so glad I picked delta for all the... We have a triangle. So we have a triangle with P0, P1, P2, and then the third side would be this way. So we have a triangle like this, and each one of them is, well, the origin would be right here, and then the other point would be even further down the line, but that would be the triangle at the base. And then for each one of them, so then if we have the origin, right, then we have a triangle like this, delta. Oh, now we're cooking with P0, for example, and P1. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Okay. So these are the two triangles that make up our entire shape. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 of these, and we have however many of these. Doesn't matter, irrelevant. Now if we anchor the... Well, now I know how to check if my shape is appropriate. How will I generate one? Which means if we got a triangle like this, we could just take the origin point, and we could generate a triangle like this, then move it down till it's a distance away. You shouldn't cook with the gasoline, the extravert natural gas. Just because I shouldn't cook with gasoline doesn't mean I won't. I exclusively cook with ethanol, actually. Actually, SBE, that's good. That's actually good. That's really good. I feel we're getting somewhere. I don't know if we're getting anywhere, but we are certainly getting somewhere. Because this will give us kind of the shape. The only problem is now, how am I gonna figure out... Because this really feels like it could get the 3 points for us. Now we don't need to figure out 4 points, we don't need to figure out the 3. Based on these 3, we could get the 4th one. I think. Yeah, the opposite side to this triangle. Right? I think so. Yes, because it has to be, the average has to be in the middle. Okay, sweet. So... basically, I don't know if you all can figure out what I'm saying, but we have the origin, and then on one side, we're going to have a point, and in the exact other direction, we're gonna have the triangle. Which means, once we figure out the position of these 3 points, 4th one is just in the other direction, a distance away. And we'll in 5 hours again. Alright, Remco, bye, have a good one. Thanks for being here and spreading your graviton propaganda. Now what will be the distance? We can get it based on the... Well, we can't. Because the... Oh, maybe we can? No, wait. Can we? The pickle here is that this is still a 3-dimensional shape. So basically, we have a triangle. Did I add a plane? I added a plane. Oh, it's so tiny. My text is so big. We have a triangle, which looks like... Not quite like this, because these sides aren't equal. This is side 2. This will be a bit bigger. Basically, equal sides triangle. And then we have point. That's a bit higher up. And this point merges with these like so. And what we're trying to figure out is, given the distance, given the length of these sides, the position of the points. Thanks for being here. Oh, what would you? Remco, you're reading too deep into my messaging, alright? My guy, I'm just a schizophrenic YouTuber, okay? You can't just read into my messaging, because you won't find anything there. Remco, really, honestly. You want me to be more specific? Thank you so much for being here and helping me with the physics of it all and suggesting the spherical coordinates, because when I needed to find some sort of coordinates for representing position with angles, you were there and you told me about spherical coordinates, and I appreciate that. Is that good enough for you, Remco? Jeez, some people can't take a compliment, really. Graviton believer molding. Guys, I'm switching from Blender to a Blender. I will soon too if I won't figure this out. Trigonometry in 3 dimensions. My favorite kind of trigonometry. So we have this point. Okay. Wait, I can just take that as a triangle. What am I doing? This is just a triangle. We don't care. We have the sides. We just want to figure out the what. Oh no, we do need to read into it because it is 3-dimensional, don't we? So base. Oh piss. Piss. The 3-dimensional aspect of it is important. That's because we don't care about this height. We care about this height in 3 dimensions. So basically we have this triangle, but then we also have it from the side where we need this distance. So from the basis to the center point of a triangle. Different points on a triangle equations. I'm not even doing exact science. I could just approximate this, no one would care. Law of sines, law of cosines. No, don't care for them. I'm caring about the center point. Equations for the equal-sided triangle. Is that the same link? That is the same link. We know the 3 sides. What if the 3 sides are equal? Because that should, you know, add some stuff to it. Tetrahedronometry. It really, that's a banger of a name actually. That is the triangle. Oh, that's the name of it. Yeah, I don't even know the name of this, and I'm looking for it. The equivalent triangle. Okay. For the tetro. Yeah, give me all the formulas. Why can I only go side to side? That is, this. Come on. Yeah. Sweet. That is h, and h divided by 2. That's our center point. Correct? Is h divided by 2? I don't think. Oh no. We want basically a point that's equal distance away from all corners. That's what we want. As the center of a triangle, so all sides are equal height and centroid. Okay. Neat. That is the point that's at equal, because we can rotate it and then we'll... Okay, cool. So that's the point that's equal sides. What's the centroid of a triangle? Triangle equidistant from all the sides of edges. Yes. Okay. Then shouldn't this have like elementary school? I haven't been there. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not allowed to go there. I'm not allowed to go to elementary schools. Okay, cool, sweet. AG 2/3. That's what any triangle. Can I get like an equation? If delta is equal to r, you have the height equal to square root of delta squared minus delta divided by 2 squared. Delta, I don't know if delta is equal to r, unfortunately. I don't think so. No, delta will certainly be larger than r, simply because delta and r can make... well, will it be... Would delta be equal to r? I actually don't know if delta is equal to r. You could do as you find the circumcenter, but use spheres. It's not a bad idea, but for... I could just look it up, but I feel like it's more fun if we do it this way, you know? It's about the journey, not the destination. So... Hey, the form I do this. Okay, cosine 30 degrees. Can I get the DG, please? What is Maker looking for? I am basically looking to figure out... I'm trying to make a shape, a tetrahedron basically. However, I'm trying to do it in the most difficult way possible. I'm making my life more difficult than needs to be, honestly. I could figure out myself, to be fair. So basically, if we have a triangle like this, I'm keep drawing them bigger. I need to go smaller. Size doesn't matter. If we have a triangle like this with A, right, then right here we have all the heights. We can just mark one of them as H, and then the place in which all of them intersect. So right here we would have, let's just say, oh yeah, but we need to figure out. Oh, that's not easy. If delta is not equal to r, you have a misaligned tetrahedron. Height square root. Delta is equal to r, you have the height is equal to square root delta squared. But what is the height? What height? Formula of a centroid. Oh my goodness, there is just the formula for the that's phenomenal. And then we have a constant. Let's just say hypothetically, I don't wait, why is all of them 2's? I don't think these are supposed to be 2's. x2 plus x2 plus x2. I don't think that's quite what I'm looking for. There we go. So we add all the coordinates together divided by 3. That makes a lot of sense. Actually, you know what? That does make a lot of sense. When you just add them all together and divide by 3. I'm such an idiot. That's just the average position on the triangle, basically. That was what that equation was for. Once we have one position, once we get our coordinate, and then our origin point, what we want is to create all the other ones, which means that basically here's how the geometry nodes will work. We'll get one point, and from that one point we want to create the other shape, or rather we want to assume that one point to be the origin, which will itself be connected to point, let's just say -1, because why not? And then we want to assume this point as the new origin of our shape, and we want to create the rest of the shape. Which, now that I mention it, doesn't seem like that difficult of a task. Simply because this, we can assume as this being the one that's opposite to the triangle, which means now all we need to do is create the triangle. And so if we just go the opposite way and select the point, so if we take this point, if we go the other way and we select a random point, then all we need to do is build a triangle around it that's facing the new origin. Am I making any sense? What I said, did that make absolutely any... So take the distance between 2 points. Is exactly that. Okay. I'm glad to have someone who knows maths agree with me. That always brings me confidence. That I'm not just rambling about something weird. So we take the distance, which is easy. We will have that. That will be a given. We take the distance, let's call it... Well, it will be r, actually. It will be r. Then we go the other way, which means we take the difference between these 2 points. Actually, we take that this difference... We take the difference, not the distance. That's because this will be a vector. And we just do p null plus the vector. So basically, p1 plus the difference would be equal to p minus 1 would be equal to p0. Then p0 plus this would be equal to the middle, the center point of our new rectangle. Triangle. Did I said triangle, of course. I just got here. What is this about? I'm trying to animate a video, Jamazing. It's going swell. There we go. And then we have that puts the center of a triangle. Now, what I would like, I feel like in order to create it the shortest way, yeah, I'm gonna draw yet another triangle because we haven't got enough of those. We have P1, P2, P3 to generate. And now what we have is the center point of our new triangle. Then, I'm sorry if I keep going back in circles, but I'm having trouble focusing. Which means now we can imagine another triangle, this time with our new origin, so P0, which will be our new origin, and this being our center point, and this being any one of them, so Pn, where n is, n could be 1, 2, or 3. Then right here, what we want to figure out is, this will be 90 degrees, has to be, yes, because the line's going straight down. This will obviously be 90 degrees. However, well, we do want 1 point. We can select it at random, can't we? Yes, we can, which means we select a random point. Doesn't matter which one. We'll just hard code one. Well, there's not going to be any coding. It's going to be an equation. But we just select the first point. And then based on that point, but how? So we have this distance, this is r. This distance is is this how it's done? The magnitude of a vector? I don't remember. And then we have this. Actually, even better, we could do it as a vector, because then we could just... These are points, these are vectors, which means this vector plus r gives us c. And then we just need this length. Let's call it L. Which means anyone really quickly could verify for me what is the difference between a center point of a triangle and one of the corners? What is this distance? This right here. I dare to attempt to use Python instead of notes for one video. I could, but what's the fun in that, nerd? That's just programming. You know how much easier this would be with programming? I could just make a loop that creates it. That's it. It would be so easy. But I'm not a coward. I'm gonna do it with an equation. Like an Absolute Chad. I love the dedication. I have no idea how you get videos with such high quality visuals and script. That's simple. I use math. I have developed the motivation of the insane, Jumanzing. Basically, it's quite simple for me. You see, it comes in two forms. First of all, if I don't work hard enough, I will starve. So that gives me motivation. And second of all, the thoughts, they haunt me. Unless I focus on making a video, then it's great. So yeah, that's my motivation comes in two parts mostly. Okay, so distance between centroid triangle distance to the side. What is it? Centroid, yeah, the GF. What is it? Actually, no, GA. Well, I guess it would be height minus. Oh, that looks promising. GA, AG, right, R. Sweet. What is R? Couldn't help but notice that there's no equation for R, which, it's fine, whatever. See if I care. Well, I do, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, that's a YouTube video, I can't watch that, that's content stealing. I guess it's not, no, whatever. I don't want to content steal, just in case. Is it 2/3? Is it really 2/3? Why am I going with images? I'm trying to find it quickly when I could just find it fairly. Okay, doesn't give me anything. Brainly. No. Mathematics stack exchange. What is the formula for the distance between the centroid of the triangle and the point on it in a given angle? Oh, that's not quite... Well, I guess I'm going for this except 90 degrees, aren't I? Of a triangle calculator. Fine, just give me the equation. That's all I'm looking for. I don't want something this in-depth. I want a simple equation. Why is it so difficult to find a simple equation? Centroid, yes. We're solving it ourselves. I'm done. We have A this way, A this way. If you can't find one, make one, exactly. So what we're looking for is this. This will be our L. No, wait. This will be our L. Right. Almost got it backwards. That would screw me over later. And then in this case we have this, which means this side becomes A divided by 2, like so. You have A divided by 2. This is H. Well, this is L actually. So A divided, we have a tiny triangle. A divided by 2 and L. Then this, which is actually the full height being H, which means this is height minus L. We get a triangle like this. Sweet. This is 90 degrees. Because of course it has to be. And then we can just Pythagorean the sucker. Well, we don't know what H is either, do we? No, but we need it in relation to H, do we? No, in relation to H is simple. Or is it? No, it's not. Okay. A squared divided by 4 plus H squared minus... Okay, cool. We're getting somewhere. And that somewhere is a psychiatric hospital. Is equal to L. I'm doing fine, everyone. I am doing so fine. Plus H squared minus H squared. That's H times H, then H L. That's a minus. L times H, that's also minus, so minus 2HL, and then plus L, no, yes, plus, yes, plus, yeah, yes, plus L squared, and then this will give us L. This angle, you're saying? Angle right there. These angles are equal. I mean, I guess, yeah, this is 360 divided by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divided by 6. Yes, that is 60 degrees. Each angle right here, so that means this is 60. And then this right here is this angle. And I'm pretty sent all the angles on equal whatever. Equa triangle. I don't remember what it's called. Triangle angles. Well, they're 62. Okay, neat. Which means this is 60 divided by 2. This is 30 degrees. Makes sense. 30 plus 60 plus 90 does give us 180. And then I knew this was gonna be fun stream material, I gotta say. Can you, normally for a video, I would do it, well, not normally, to be fair, normally I do stream it, but I'm gonna have these streams, because without these streams I would have to do it off stream. Wouldn't be fair. Wouldn't be able to share. This is my version of doing some off-screen mining. A squared divided by 4 plus h. This gives us the L. But it's also dependent on the L, which is a pickle if I do say so myself. We could just not care about it. A squared divided by 4 plus h squared minus 2h L plus L squared is equal to L squared. And then we do have a squared divided by 4 plus h squared minus 2, so is equal to 2hl. And since h is not 0, last time I checked, this would be a squared divided by 4h, I do believe, plus... This would be by h, so we just separate them. Yeah, plus h is equal to 2l, which would give us a squared divided by 8h plus h second is equal to L. That's if, and only if, I didn't make a mistake. Highly unlikely. I probably made a mistake somewhere. How are you still sane? Who said I'm sane? So yes, we get an L. after all of this, we got an L. That feels appropriate. But we got an L based on the H, which is a pickle because H is kind of useless. Or is it? That's because if we have a triangle like this, then we have A and A second and then H, which means that, oh my goodness, we're cooking. A squared is equal to H squared plus A squared divided by 4. And so if we just pop the h squared over, we get h squared is equal to, this is a whole separate thing, h squared is equal to a squared minus a squared divided by 4, which means 4 a squared fourths minus a squared divided by 4, which gives us 3/4 a squared, which means that now we take the root of it all, we get h is equal to 3√3 divided by 2a. Am I correct? Is anyone double checking me? Because I don't think anyone... I feel like I'm going a bit quickly and omitting a lot of stuff. But if that is true, then this would mean that right here, what we actually end up with is a squared divided by... Actually, I don't have to do it this way now, I just realized. L is equal to h minus... Oh wait, h minus this side. No, that's h minus... Oh. I see the pickle. I see the predicament I'm in. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, that makes sense. Which means L is equal to a squared divided by 8 square root of 3 divided by 2a. I'm doing fine, which means this is actually a divided by 8, x divided by 2, which means 4 square roots of 3 plus 1 by 2, so square root of 3 divided by 4a. Lovely. That's good. That's something, right? We got the L. Did we get the L? So now we got the L. This means, going back to this thing, this would mean that once we have our center point, we just pick a random direction, we just add L to it, which A actually was equal to delta the entire time. And if I trust SBBE, which I do, then that would mean is also equal to R. And so if we have, so our R, which means the difference, which would be equal to the magnitude of this vector. And so, bold of you to assume we have intelligence. Which means that right here we would have an L based on everything, then we pick a random place, and then all we have to do is just create a triangle based on that, which means we go with... From there, we go with H, which means the new coordinates. Once we start with P minus 1 and P0, these are our starting values, right? Then the coordinate of P1 would be equal to, and then the difference between them is the R vector. Isn't it because it's a reflection of the z plane? A isn't. Oh no, but A is the the distance between just two sides. I mean, not the distance between, only the size of a side. So A is delta in this case. This and this are the same side. So if delta is equal to R, then A has to be equal to R. 0.1 would be equal to... well, we just got there. Which means, I love how the more I zoom out, the bigger it gets, and then you just have to keep zooming in to get the original things. P1 would be us offsetting the center point, which means it will be P0 plus this vector, and plus the... Just pick a random direction. Oh, piss. Random direction, that's... Oh no, that's a bit more difficult. Okay. We need to rotate the... this vector, we need its... It's fine, I can figure... Hold on, we did it based on the... Okay. Okay, well... Vector the other way... Oh no, okay, so this isn't supposed to be this vector, this is supposed to be... Oh shucks, we have a triangle with one side would be L. Oh, were my assumptions incorrect? I'm getting a bit lost, I'll be honest. This would be L, this would be actual magnitude of the vector, and this we don't know. All we know is that it's in the direction of this vector. if a is if it is a square root of 3 divided by 4. Oh, it's square root of 3 divided by 4. Okay, well, you know what? Let me just don't mind this then. That's irrelevant. Wait, square root of 3 divided by 4. I mean, part of it is square root of 3 divided by 4. Just don't mind this side, okay? I'm a professional. Trust me. Trust me, I'm a professional. Don't mind this. That wasn't needed there, okay? I just put it there as a goof, as a joke. It was just a practical joke to you know. There, perfect. I'm a mathematician, practically. So our L square root of 3 divided by... It's nice to have someone, a mathematician, actually checking me though, because I'm not a mathematician. I can't stress that enough. So we have our triangle like this. This is magnitude of our vector. This is the L, which is... well, I guess, you know, let's just have R, and we don't have to say magnitude. We had that value as R, which means this is equal to R square root of 3 divided by 4. And then we want this side, which we don't know. Let's call it the height. Feels appropriate. Then h squared plus r squared plus square root of 3 divided by 4 squared is equal to r squared. And then we just can pop the r onto the other side, which will give us h squared is equal to r squared minus this mess, which, I mean, I'm pretty certain we can just do it as r squared 3/16, I think, which would mean h is equal to that's 13/16 r square root of 13/4. Boy, if I made a mistake, it's gonna be fun. And I probably have made multiple mistakes. I sort of offend the council of nerds. Alright. And this doesn't feel right. But to be fair, none of this feels right, so let's roll with it. 4 times square root of 3 is not equal to 16. Huh? I'm thinking this. So we have this. So then, okay, so this is the magnitude of our vector. So we have two things now. We have the r vector, which contains the direction in which we want to go, and h, which is the length that we want to go for. Which means that we want to add the r vector divided by r to get us only the... Is a square root of 3 divided by 3? Wait, this? You mean... Oh wait, this is supposed to be gone. It wasn't supposed to be there. This? You mean L? So like on a triangle, when you have a triangle like this, this tiny little side is... If you have 3 sides equal to a, then this tiny little side is a square root of 3 thirds. Different obviously plugins, games, and PDS or chemistry, history, Marxism. Okay. So this gives us the simple direction, then we multiply it by h. Right. This gives us the... No, wait, not h. Yes, h. Right, yes, we do multiply by h. Then, we add... oh, piss. Then we add... What? What do we add, make it? Square root of 3 divided by 2? Okay, that makes sense. Your brain starts recovering particles to derive the stuff. I mean, the thing is, right here what I want, that's the pickle. I have a vector going this way, the r vector. Except it's not the r vector, it's the r direction vector. So let's call it rd, because it's just the direction. In which case, you know, rd would be just equal to r vector divided by r. And then we basically want a vector that's at a 90-degree angle from it, which shouldn't be difficult. Is there any other way than rotation matrices? Because I'll be honest, I would take any other way than a rotation matrices. A bit tired, I make some little mistakes, I think it's better for me to go sleep. Good night. Thank you so much for the help, SBBE. Thank you so much, and good night. Cross product. Oh. Is that the one time when a cross product is actually useful? Wait, is that the one time in the universe where we actually need a cross... Wait, no, cross product is based on 2 different vectors. We don't need a cross product. Never mind, take it back. I take it back. We don't need a cross product because we need any vector that's a 90-degree angle. Make it. Yes, that's me. Hi, the Phantom Deluxe, welcome. So close. We are really close. We're so close indeed. And so 90 degrees. I don't want to use a rotation matrix. Also, I would need to do the rotation matrix in an appropriate way, which is difficult, to say the least. So all we would need to do is define a plane. The only problem is we don't know where this like vector is going. Which means we would need to define a new plane, and then on that plane apply the rotation matrix. The pickle being that this is tough. Am I supposed to rotate? Hold on, maybe cross product has some answers for us at least. So we have 2 vectors right here, and then we get a vector that's 90-degree angle to both of them. What if we just need one? What is the mathematics of it, by the way? A sine... Well, I don't care for it. A sine like that. N is a unit vector perpendicular. How am I supposed to find a unit vector perpendicular something? How to find a unit vector perpendicular to another vector? How to find a unit vector? I know that. I already did that. Perpendicular to an art vector. Would you look at that? There is a math exchange question. That's precisely what I... Okay, I don't like the fact that you're using I, J, and K. Because... okay. Inner product dot product should be equal to 0, therefore this. Okay, choose for example x, y, and z. So the vector would be there. Okay. X, right. But a perpendicular vector use. Okay, so you just start by assuming a perpendicular vector. 0. X, Y, Z. The dot product should be good. That makes sense? Yes, because if they're... no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm lying to myself. X, Y, and Z from equation. Okay, making length equal to 1 is not the thing I'm having problem with. The thing I'm struggling with is the perpendicular vector. Let's... okay, so you start by defining a perpendicular vector. That's not quite helpful. Vector, could you find... Is that even the right question for example, have vector? How can we find a unit vector perpendicular to this vector? I don't feel like it's... yes. How could I? Represent a plane. That's what I want. I want a plane perpendicular to a given vector. Okay, so... we have an equation which... a plus 4b plus 6c is equal to 0. I've returned. What's happened? Not much. I'm struggling. Another vector. Yes, a vector is perpendicular to another one. Another vector is perpendicular to a fixed one. That is sure. Satisfy the polling formula. So if we take our vector, we multiply it. Oh, if we take. Okay. If you multiply them to get. Wait, hold on. How can you multiply vectors? Oh, what did Ned say? I'm not getting Ned messages for some reason. I'm only getting farmer mains. YouTube is deleting them. Oh, farmer main! Why haven't you told me that before? Is that a real thing? Why was I... My goodness, that would have helped me so much. Well, thank you for... Oh, this entire time I've been on Top Chat. I guess I've never noticed because, you know, it's Top Chat. Well, like, I'm not getting that many messages. What's the difference? Top Chat only selects... If you're asking about this. As you're asking about communism. To the vectors like... I like solving mathematics with just discussions about communism in the background. Hi, the golden standard. How can you multiply? I'm sorry, am I crazy? Are you multiplying a vector? Hang up the region was. Don't mind me, I'm still thinking. You can continue on your pro-Marxist rants. I don't mind. Someone spamming then will likely not show on touch that. Funny enough, it does show up when people are spamming. I know because it has happened. It happens quite often. Comes really late.
As the
That was the Discord server. I wanted to click on Discord to check Reblax and I clicked on a meme from the scientific meme channel on Make It. I want to learn C# too, but stream. That's good. I'm glad I'm keeping away from C#. That's bad influence on people. Learn real language like C. I suffer like I do, but I have more money. I'm so sorry for derailing your conversation about communism, by the way. Go on. I don't want to interrupt. I'm just doing maths. And many of my fellow students don't have respect for what is being discovered in things like physics. Social media pawns get a ton of likes. That is upsetting. I agree, and I'm on the side of social media. At the same time, Golden, people want to have lives, and I feel like people deserve to have lives. Not everyone should be forced to be interested in science. As important as science is, it's not everyone's horse, you know? Ned isn't responding to interrupt nothing. Alright, fair point, I guess then. I need an American mathematician, you know? Crazed man's ramblings. I need an American's mathematician simply because I have Reblax, but Reblax is French. And because of that, I can't just message him right now because it's really late. Message and make it. He's French! He's gonna be sleeping. To be fair, Remco was... Well, Remco just went to sleep. Reblax. I know it's extremely late, but would you maybe happen to know how to find a vector that's perpendicular to another vector? Just... I have no respect for education topics, skip school, or disrespectful, and 90% of the vocabulary is swearing. I get it. I do. Respects, I mean, I agree with that. Oh my goodness, Reblax is responding. Okay, I take it back. Reblax, how is why is Reblax awake at this? Holy shit. Well, let's call it L. Orthogonal vectors, maybe? I mean, the thing is that there's an infinite plane of vectors. I just need to get a vector from it. Make it. How do you feel about AI and its usage? I feel like it's used in an awful way, honestly. Its usage sucks. Because I feel like when it comes to automation, it's great, I love automation. However, clearly the way AI is being used is simply for the sake of like individual gain, not for the sake of actually improving anything. Unless in science. In science it's used perfectly. Like, what was the fold one? The one with proteins. That was great, that was phenomenal. But with the rest, it's mostly just cash grabs and, you know, people using outstanding technology to just create automatic lawyers or whatever. He's coming on stream, everyone, yes! Hold on. AI is already destroying the labor markets and industries. I mean, yeah, but the problem is it's destroying in a very weird way. Can't we, like, focus on automating things we don't want to do instead of things we want to do? Most artists are artists because they want to be artists. Can't we start automating stuff with, you know, the jobs that no one wants to do instead of with the ones that, you know, people actually want to do? Aren't people using AI to write Ponzi sites? I don't know about that one. Oh, what's the Fold AI's name? I think it won a Nobel Prize. Why are we not multiplying the vector by a 90 degrees rotation matrix or something? That's because I don't know on which plane to rotate it. That's the problem. So I don't know the plane on which I want to rotate the vector. Seeing this about using AI programs to make auto investors for the stock market. It's something that's so dumb. If someone used it to learn, that's dangerous, nerd. That's really dangerous. I would not consider AI credible source of information. It's good if you just want a quick fact, then it's good, but I don't use AIs in my research for videos because they're not quite reliable. They're all AIs, all text generation AIs are taught to predict what word comes next. They're not taught to actually say the truth, which means that AIs will be great at telling you things which sound reasonable, but I'm here now briefly. Hi there, Reblax. I actually didn't want to message you, but yeah. Hi there.
Is my mic working?
Yes, it is.
Great. All right. So actually, I can explain this like using a whiteboard.
Oh, that's nice. All right, please. I just need a
So
vector.
that's actually like a whole thing in linear algebra called the inner product. I'm not going to go into much detail, but there's a formula for this. So what we're going to do is more or less determine all vectors that are orthogonal to your vector.
Yes.
Orthogonal is a fancy word for perpendicular, but it's the same thing.
All right, neat.
So you've got your vector R, right, XYZ in 3D space.
Mm-hmm.
And when you've got another vector, say L, what you can do is the dot product, basically. And so if L is ABC, the vector ABC, the dot product, it takes in two vectors and it spits out a number. And that number is calculated using this formula.
Is it just like kind of multiplying the vectors?
It's not what we'd call multiplying vectors because the result is not a vector.
No, I guess that's a fair point. But it's the
yeah.
Okay, but I get
there's a notion of multiplying vectors. It's called the cross product or the wedge product. Well, it doesn't really output a vector, but it's more like what you think of as a multiplication. Here, we like to think of it as the fancy word for it would be bilinear form. Form is a word for functions that take in vectors and input numbers, and that also have nice properties. The determinant, for instance, would be a form because it takes in matrices, and matrices a vector. A vector is because everything is a vector and it spits out a number. But here we only care about the dot product. So dot product takes in two vectors and it spits out this. And it turns out that you can show that this is the same as the length, also known as the norm of L, times the norm of R, times the cosine of...
I can see where you're going with this. Okay.
Of theta, where theta is the angle between R and L.
And wait, what's the cosine of 90 degrees? Because I don't remember.
And the cosine of 90 degrees is 0. And
which means that if this is equal...
Okay.
So yeah. With AX
actually,
plus
the
BY...
only time when this is 0 is either when one of your vectors is 0, but that's the 0 vector is like not interesting. So basically what we define is that we say that L is orthogonal to theta, to R, if the dot product is 0.
I don't want to say I'm an idiot, but when I was looking this up, I was just really confused because I didn't understand how could you multiply vectors, and only now do I get that it's not actually multiplication, it's a dot product.
Yeah. And so, well, basically you just need to pick any numbers that will work. So since we have only one equation here, you can pick, well, all the possible vectors, they form a plane. You can see this geometrically. So you've got 2 degrees of freedom. So you could say that you take A and B to be whatever you want, maybe make them 1, 2, so it's simple, and then you just deduce what C must be, and you've got your formula for one vector that is orthogonal to R. Actually, I'm stupid. You can make A and B 0. That's even easier.
But okay.
Uh,
Okay, so this will give me... So if I have a vector, I can just check if it's orthogonal just by doing this.
Yeah, and actually that's a very deep math thing because, well, the concept of a dot product is just a thing that exists on vector space. And for instance, so maybe I've already told you that functions are vectors. Actually, you're going to like this. You're going to like this a lot because it's Fourier analysis, but interpreted with vectors.
You can't
if
bring
you've got
together...
a function R, if you've got a function from R to C,
Right.
What you'd call the Fourier, well, what you'd call this integral over R of f times e to the minus I psi x dx. So you know that's the Fourier transform of f at psi.
Yep.
Up to some normalization factor that I always forgot because I haven't really done Fourier analysis, but it doesn't matter. And so that's actually, in a way, the dot product of f with the function e to the minus I psi x. We usually don't write it like this. We would rather write it using this fancy notation. We don't really use the dot products when... Well, in math, we usually write it like this. Physicists use a dot product for actual vectors that exist, like in geometric space, you know, things that you can really see. But in a way, you can say that you know, when you decompose, how do I explain this? When you've got a vector, you can like break it down. You can break it down into 3 components. If you get a vector in a 3D space, you can break it down in its x component, its y component, its z component.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got a function, well, you can break it down in its Fourier components, basically. That's more or less the same thing.
So, like a coordinate, except a functional coordinate. I don't know how to...
Basically, the coordinates that varies, like instead of x, y, and z, you'd have all possible xi's in the equation I wrote.
Okay.
Basically, that's the analogy between them. That means that you can like talk about the angle of between 2 functions, which is funny. And like you've got also like an analog.
This is such a mathematics.
You've got parallels between the Pythagorean theorem and something that you can... Well, basically, you can write a version of the Pythagorean theorem that is very general, and you can apply it to functions, and so on and so on. So yeah, it's actually... You've actually stumbled upon a deep concept in math again. But it does that every time. All right, it's almost 2 a.m. I should probably go.
Yeah, that's actually why I hesitated to message you before. Actually, it's Ninja who told me that I actually should, and I honestly just wrote a message full on expecting you to just reply tomorrow. I wasn't expecting you to join right away. Well, thank you then so much. You have helped a lot, because then this solves my problem.
All right. Well, I'm happy to help as always. And you can always message me, but yeah, maybe I'll reply tomorrow if I'm like asleep.
That's fair. Thank you so much, Roblox.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Now that I've already used up both my physics expert and my mathematics expert just to make a simple 3D model, which means we have this. AX. Okay. Hold on. There we go. The future of AI replaces the jobs. I wouldn't call people who worry about AIs Luddites, because most experts worry about AIs. Ned, the problem there is that these jobs, you have to distinguish between the... I'm I'm gonna oversimplify a fair bit, but basically, in recent times, there's been more and more of something I like to call useless jobs. So basically, it's more like walking for the sake of walking rather than actually walking to better lives of anyone, whatever. When you have a farmer who's growing food, then that's good for the society as a whole because they make food which other people eat in order to stay alive. However, if you get laid off from your work and then use AI in order to, you know, get yourself a job, then that just creates a lot of jobs that AIs do, which, well, last time I checked, most of the time don't grow food or don't produce electricity or anything. It's becoming really easy for us to outsource to AIs the jobs that make our lives more convenient, but we still haven't automated the things that actually help us stay alive. Which I would argue is not great. Can't we focus on the ones that, you know, help us stay alive rather than the minor ones? Anyway. We can just pick two numbers at random, actually. Like, we can pick... Oh, but the magnitude of the vector... Actually, no. We only care about the unit vector, which means we can just do this plus this plus this. It's called Q because it's mysterious. And what will be Q equal to? This has to be equal to 0, which means the same thing basically. The X plus the Y equal to negative the Z Q, which means if we just divide by negative Q, we get negative the X plus the Y divided by dz. That's equal to Q, and our vector is 1, 1, Q. This is the Q. And that way we get a vector that's perpendicular. In order to get into a unit vector, this would be equal to our L vector. However, this will be L before the transform, so let's call it, I don't know, phi or whatever. And then we take the L phi, and in order to turn it into an actual L, we need to divide it by the L phi this way, and that will give us the L unit vector. And we take that and we do L unit, multiply it by the magnitude of L is equal to our actual L vector. And yes, we know the magnitude before we know this. That's because magnitude is equal to... piss, where is it? L vector square root of 3 divided by 4. I think. I think, because I'm not certain. Valve starting his business is much lower. Ned, not quite. It's not really. That's because that's not the actual pickle of starting a business. Take me for example, Ned, if you want. Consider how much work I'm putting into growing my YouTube channel. If I just had the money to do it, I would just buy I would just buy the growth. Because you can do it on YouTube, you can just pay YouTube to show your videos to everyone. And then once my channel is big enough, I wouldn't need to work quite as hard. Which means that I am putting all that effort into something that the rich person could just skip. And that's not something that you can fix with an AI. The biggest problems with starting a new business are always the ones that you can't actually fix in AI, because most of the time it's stuff like advertisements or, you know, all this stuff like these. So you can't really quite fix that in AI. The basic idea, isn't it, that large businesses have a big advantage over the small ones, and if a lot of workers get laid off, if they all start their own business at the same time, then that makes it a lot more competitive in a way, so that only the big businesses can actually earn enough money to survive, and the whole, you know, cycle starts over again. So we've got vector. So right here we get this, which we care about, which means now all we have to do is take the... This is motivating me to start the reading group. P-1, this... P0, and then from P0... This gets us a P1. Oh, we got there in the end. And actually, well, we could rotate the vector, but once again, we don't know the rotation plane, which is kind of annoying. You know what, I need a piss, give me a second. I need to think about what I'm doing in life. Sucks to be still unmotivated to study, but it's necessary. Yeah, exactly. The majority of large businesses are also firing the people that they need to run those AIs. Are they? I don't know. You don't need that many people to run an AI. You can always just release an AI and then have that AI basically try to blackmail people into liking it. Call it Bing AI. It's just P1. Now, P2 and P3 are still a mystery. However, it's easier now because, like, how can I rotate a vector around another vector? How to rotate a vector around another vector? Just a quick math stream, you know? About another, yes. Exactly. The components. Okay, that makes sense. So we can, yeah, we do. Boy, that's not an easy solution. Finding that vector shouldn't be that difficult. Good maths. Why are we doing this again? Because I want a geometry nodes that will create a thing. Actually, maybe there's an easy way to do it now that we've got... Because at this point we have another point selected. Which is good. That's something we want. He's trying to render a pyramid, exactly. It's simple. I'm just trying to render a pyramid, alright? It's easy stuff. Okay. We're at this point now. We just need to... We could just rotate the L vector around the... the thing is though... Hold on, right here in this method, it says we're trying to decompose it to 2. This one will be 0. There will be no A vector, because we already know is orthogonal. Determine the... The writing just gets bigger and bigger, yeah. A 5-atom molecule would be a pyramid. Depends on the kind of molecule. Although I don't think so, no, because you would need an extremely electropositive atom, or ion even, and then extremely electronegative atoms on the other side, I guess. No, they will still spread out, I think. Okay. It's fine, I can figure this out. Simple stuff, isn't it? Just... Well, cosine isn't that true actually. We just need to... 60 degrees. This could be hard codable. Now once again the problem is in the 3D space we don't know where anything is, that is true. We could just change the 1,1q vector down at the bottom right here. We could just change it. Mr. Mick, it's been 2 hours. I'm almost there, okay? I'm almost there. Just need a couple more. Just keep talking about communism, okay? I'm busy. Wait, this right here, that's true. If we change it around, if we have Q1Q... Oh, Q11... No, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb, make it. It has to be 11Q. We need to change up the equation for it. We get from basic geometry, these ancient runes. This is still basic geometry, it's just competitive basic geometry. So now if we imagine a triangle, sides P0, P1, P2. We know the coordinate of P0 because it's P minus 1 plus is equal to P0. So we know the coordinate of P0. We know the coordinate of P1. That's because P1 is equal to P0 plus this vector plus this vector. Now all we have to do is figure out the coordinate. So right here, this is distance. Oh no, wait, this is, oh no, this is wrong. This is not R. This is, ooh, this is not R. No, that's not R. That's not R. This is the direction of R. It's not quite R. This is incorrect. Okay, it's because right here we have the RA, of course. That's RA vector plus L vector. And then this is R, this is R, this is R, which means that now I could try implementing this already just to see if where the next point ends up. What's the difference between RA to R? The length of the vector. This one has the length of R is equal to R. The length of RA is equal to H. However, they're both in the same direction. That's why they're both called R. That's kind of the whole point. I want the direction to be equal. The lines between the vertices. That's the point. I won't know what the vertices will be. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what the vertices will be. How am I supposed to run the lines between the vertices if I don't know what the vertices are? I'm not gonna do it manually. Come on, don't be ridiculous. Let's try implementing this. So basically we want a geometry node which takes in two math art, whatever, two vectors, make group, and it will be called get next location. And in there we have the P0 and R. This will be P-1 and R vector. And then we need to go step by step and figure this out. So we'll have these two molecules where this will be P0, this will be R. Empty O1, empty O1. Now we want to switch them around like this. Empty is our original P-1 molecule, then we have this. And then the third one should be able to find it using our equations. I feel like a wizard, you know, walking with ancient runes. I guess I'm not that off. Okay, so first what we need is so we have the R. Okay, so oh no, R would be the difference between them. Yeah, this should be the next molecule, which means this will be P0, P-1 P0, and then in order to get the R, we just subtract P1 from P0. This gives us the R, and let's just output this vector real quick, simply to add another molecule at that spot right here. There we go. Yeah, so now You can see the molecules there, sweet. Late night editing, more like late night doing witchcraft. There we go. And then what we want is... Okay, so this is the R vector. Just the difference between them. Then in order to get the L vector is equal to R square root of 3 divided by 4. So we're gonna have a math node, or actually a value node. Make group, let's call it R. That's because this will be our constant. Set 1, and then we have our R, then we math multiply it by square root of 3, and then we divide by 4. This is the was like a link? No. Why is there make links? What the heck? Just plugs in everything into everything. It was like a frame? Join a new frame. Yes, okay, there we go. This will be our L. That's the length of our L vector then. Cool. Next, that's the length of the L vector that we will have soon. But first we need to find the direction of the L vector. Actually, no, we want first the RA. Where's the RA? Where's the RA? Oh, piss. I'm losing myself. My fingers tier list. Okay. I lost RA. Where's RA? I had it a second ago. Is it this? Seems like an H. Yes, H. H is what I'm looking for. So H would be... So then we have H, which is... depending on the R again, the same R, except this time it's square root of 13 divided by 4. And so now what we want to do is we want to take our R vector, which is this one, and we want to divide it by its magnitude, which means distance from 0, 0, 0. That's our R vector. And now if we take this and divide the vector by its magnitude, then we get the direction. Now if we plug this in right here, what we should see is we should see that's always constant direction, but it... Oh, phenomenal. I am good at this. Okay, so far, splendid. Then we take it and then we multiply it by this. Neat. So far, neat. TSC. I do agree so far. Okay, we have this. This is great. It works in 3 dimensions because of course it does, because I'm amazing. Cool. Wait, no, it's not quite the opposite, is it? Oh, it's offset in a weird way. Why is it offset in a weird way? Hold on. What's happening there? Oh, is it because this is not... Oh, I see. Oh, no. Oh! No! Oh, it's because it's in relation to 0. Never mind, it makes perfect sense. If right here we do vector math, and if we add the piss carbon, this one. Oh, perfection! Look at this. Lovely. Okay, sweet. And then... Either null, hi, welcome. Then... Right. Then what we need is we need to also shift it by the L vector. Except, oh, that doesn't seem quite right. I guess that's because the distance between these two isn't accurate. That's probably why. If the distance was accurate, then this also would be accurate. We don't want the add on the outside, however. We do want it on the inside. So we want to add P0. Like right here. Okay, that's because this is supposed to be a chain, and so we should be able to extend it. So add another hydrogen, which also would be joined. And in this hydrogen, we also want to get the new location, this time based on P0, P... And we want to plug this in. And so this way we should always be able to extend the chain to arbitrary lengths, because we can just keep expanding this, you know, for however much we want. Like this, P0, P-1, plug it in. Neat. We have a chain. Congratulations. However, this chain this is not appropriate. You should make a video about rendering different shapes. That's pretty broad topic. You need to be more specific than that. Oh yeah, I'm on the wrong plane. And then L is what we need. Now L, we have it right here. 11Q, where Q is this. So we take our R, which is... We take our... Wait, D or A? Doesn't matter. It's... This one. We take it, we separate it. This will be our Q segment. So we take it, we separate it, we add them all together. The only difference is this one is multiplied by Q. So Z multiply by Q, and Q will be, oh boy, divide by Z multiply by -1 and X plus Y, and then this will give us Q. So we have wait, this one is, so this is Q, this is, all of this added together is 0. Okay, cool. Neat. Oh yeah, we only wanted the Q, so we don't care about this. We only care about the Q, which is X plus Y divided by Z times -1. This is our Q, and then 11Q is combine XYZ 11Q. This is our vector, and then if we add together this and this, then we get... Cool! We get something, alright? Oh boy, this is madness. Okay, cool, neat. We... Alright, fun. This is festive. We get certainly something, a chain, certainly. Okay, cool. What you are doing here, but more concisely clear like number of videos. I already made that video. That's the second most recent one. It's called Making Animations Using Math. Except this is a more competitive version. Rotate L by 120 degrees on a plane perpendicular to R. I know, but how am I gonna find a plane? How am I supposed to rotate this on the plane perpendicular to R? I already know that. Like, sorry, I can't pronounce your name. That's why I have this page open to try to tell me how to do that, but I haven't gotten there. So instead, we're just doing this. Ranked blender match. I really am. Okay, so we have this, which if I didn't mess up, which I really hope I hadn't, this right here is rename Q. This is Q. This is the perpendicular. So this is the L. Wait, no, this is the direction of the L. But after we got the direction, this is the LU. So that's wrong. Yeah, right here what we want is multiply that by the length of L, which is equal to R square root of 3/4. So right here we multiply it. Not normalize, multiply. Multiply by this, and we get an L. And now if we check back, we can see that this is constant, everyone. Would you look? Well, kind of. And don't rotate too hard. Why is it just... Don't rotate too hard. It's gonna be fine. And cool. Okay, so oh, is it because the distance is way off? Absolutely not. It just... This is supposed to be L. This is supposed to be the L vector, and right here we're supposed to have the R vector. And if I'm not mistaken, P1, which I've written right up here, there we go. It's P0. Oh, I see the pickle. We start with P0 plus this, and this is the R but rescaled R. Oh, I'm multiplying it by the thing, but I haven't... No, this is... Okay, so this is R. Join new frame, rename frame. F2, okay. This is R. Then right here, what we have is we have the RU. And then right here, we have the RD. RD. There we go. So we have the RD. We multiply RD by this, which Q11 multiplied by the length. That should be the L vector. And so if we... What we do is now we take P0, we add to it the R vector, the RD vector, then we add to it the L vector, and we should end up at P1. Why isn't this working? Is it because the 11Q vector is messed up? It might be because of the 11Q. You might need to switch it up a bit. Just random value. Yeah, it seems fine going... Well, fine-ish. Why is it behaving so quirky? What's going on? We should be constrained to a certain distance, so instead what we should do is we should start at 0, then distance 1 away from that. Ah. Ninja, if... I mean, I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm pretty certain you can send larger files in the Discord server because it's boosted. If it's closed, is it still a problem? Yes. This is just going off into inner space, which is then a problem. How I would describe it. No, hold on, yeah. Yeah, just gone. Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Whatever. See if I can. I'm off. I'm way off if this doesn't work. I'm trying to rescale the R, correct? Am I? Okay, so we don't want empties for this because, goodness gracious me, we want combine XYZ and we want to pop them in. We want 2 of them. This won't be just 1 on the X axis. Don't care about the bond either. We don't need the bond for now, and so we won't care about the bond. 0, and there we go. Now as we... So we want to select the vectors always one distance of 1 away, which means we can just do... Instead of using this one, we can just do vector math like this. Subtract from this one this vector to give us the difference vector, right? Going from this one to this one. No, wait, from this one to this one. So we have to do second one to the first one. That's where it's going. It's going from P minus 1 to P0, correct? I was correct then. So we take a vector going this way, and then we divide it by the distance it has to get the unit vector of distance 1, and then we multiply it by group R, which is our size, and there we go. And now we can simply take object info and pick an empty, because why not, and location in there, and that way we can just pick the empty, and now it will be always an equal distance away. Well, the first ones. Okay, so it's not an equal distance away, because if I increase the X, it just pisses off into outer space. That's good. That's fun. Whatever. Hold on, so if I have an empty, if I reset it to 0... Okay, so at... I see the problem. Okay. Oh no! So we're dividing by... Oh, dividing by what? Basically, we have a situation where this is our equation. You get what I'm saying? It's undefined at x equals 0. No, wait, at z equals 0. Alright, y behaves normally. X behaves, let's just call it semi, whatever. So only y behaves normally. Even y doesn't. I'm so done with this. You know what? That's it for today's live stream. We did the math thing where we did math, and I am so done with this at this point. I'm gonna figure this out off stream because I... Look at this. Look at this thing. I'm gonna figure this out off stream because I'm really tired. So I'm gonna go now, eat something, take a shower, and get back to work. And for now, I suppose that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.